Okay, one of the questions that I get asked all of the time is, how do I fix my dog? He's crazy on the leash. When he greets another dog, he is quote unquote aggressive or inappropriate. It's not always aggression, right? Sometimes it's just poor social skills. It could be fear, it could be mistrust, it could be a whole lot of things. So let's start with this leash reactivity piece. And that is where you're just walking down the street, your dog sees another human, another dog, a car, whatever, and loses his mind, right? He barks, he lunges, he growls, he has a fit, you're embarrassed, and everybody is like, what's wrong with that dog? I have a blog article on my on the blog site, which is the caninecoachblog.com, that talks about leash reactivity. The idea of resolution is a rock solid foundation in obedience. Rock solid. And that includes the heel, a good sit stay, and a watch me command. If you can't achieve that under distraction, under just normal distraction, you're not ready to go for a walk with this particular dog. You have to achieve the foundation of skills first. Then you want to start working, headed out into the area in which your dog is most likely to produce this response. Ideally, you set up the scene with a control dog, a neighbor, a friend, whatever, who has a dog that is one that will be managed easily and ideally not blow up and react back, or certainly not be the one to set it off in the first place, right? You then want to work at a distance of, we call it the threshold distance of tolerance that your dog can handle. So it might be 20 feet, it might be 50 feet, it might be 100 yards. The idea is to figure out at what level of visual stimulation can your dog handle before he blows up. Begin at that level, working the the heel. You want to retreat in that heel to a slightly greater distance, enough distance that your dog can resume his focus on you, do the sit stay, do the watch me, and rain down a valuable reward to your dog that makes you in that moment more appealing to him than being distracted and aroused by the other dog. You practice this with such repetition that the dog, again, anticipates. So we're going to be talking a lot about anticipation here, right? The dog anticipates that when he sees that stimulus, you're going to retreat a distance, sit, and ask him to watch you. Over time, you begin working this pattern of there's the stimulation, we retreat, we work. Stimulation, retreat, we work. And over time, that gap gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until such time that you just heel straight on past, right? And then you praise and reward on the other side. It takes some time. It can take a few weeks. For some dogs, it's a couple of days once you give them a better option. You're probably going to have to correct your dog, right? But you're going to correct him for being disobedient. There's a big difference in that. You don't correct him for going, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. You correct him for not hearing you and doing what you've asked of him to do in that moment. And again, the more you do this, the more practice that happens, the less aroused your dog comes, the more he can keep focus on you and just eventually start working right on past those distractions, right? Now about this greeting on the leash, just say no. Just don't even do it. So you're walking down the street and here comes somebody, their dog's 6 feet in front of them, energy's off. The dog that you're gonna meet is a wiggly butt, potentially he may be a happy-go-lucky, I don't know. But chances are greetings on the leash are not going to go well at all. Certainly never, if you insist on doing this, never ever let them play on the leash, right? If you insist on doing this, the goal would be to walk up, every dog sit, so you sit, the humans have a conversation for a couple of minutes, and in that moment, you're evaluating the behavior of the two dogs. Are they calm? Is one giving you any avoidance signal? Is there a lot of licking of the lips? Is there any tension? Is one of them turned around backwards? Is one of them way too excited and a wiggle butt in that moment? If any of that is true, we are not greeting in that moment. It is not until both dogs and both humans are in a calm state of mind. If the human's tensed up on the leash at all, the human's not ready to manage that interaction. So my short answer is there is no need to greet a strange dog on leash. If you are trying to do pack introductions and create friendships for dogs that are going to have more opportunities to be together or need to coexist together, that is an entirely different conversation we'll talk about later. But a stranger on the street, ideally, you do not need to greet. And if they say, hey, my dog's friendly, can we say hi? No thanks, we're in training and we keep on moving. Okay, next topic. Have a great day.